Let's get some candle messages. The snail came out. This card can represent delays or feeling like everything is going at snail pace. There also could be blocks right now that are impeding you from functioning in the way that you normally would like to, or you just feel like you're sluggish. So with the snail card, Spirit is saying you're going to have to show right now a lot of patience. A lot. So there could be a lot of blockages, a lot of hindrances, a lot of almost like I want to say red flags popping up for you, or just feeling like you can't progress. The card also talks about an uphill battle. Maybe you feel like things are like an uphill battle literally right now. The card is asking you to have courage in a way that you might not be very comfortable with. Have courage right now. The card is also talking about forcing the doors of destiny open, okay? So knowing that even though you're going at this snail's pace, you could be feeling physically slow in the body. Don't feel just because right now it looks like this, it's gonna be like this. It's discouraging, but nonetheless, you're still moving, you're still gonna get there. And there are things functioning at a pace that you don't realize, all right? Spiritually, your plan is ahead of you. It's like I'm just getting the vision of a shadow. You walking, and you can never quite keep up to the shadow that you see on the ground. It's there. You can't keep up to it, but it's in front of you. And that's what Spirit is saying. The shadow that's being, casted on the ground it's shown you the way. The way is always being shown. So could you be missing something? Do you need to slow down and allow yourself to be slowed down? Do you need to check on a project? Do you need to review something perhaps? The card is saying make sure to turn the forced expectation into something positive, something constructive. Just because you're going slower than other people doesn't mean you're not going to catch up or be at a specific level. It's also giving me the vision of where you're walking on a street and one person, flies by you walking, but somehow you guys both end up at the red light. This card is also talking about having more tolerance in general. What would it be like to have more tolerance? Not tolerance for people's BS, but just a way of being more mature about a current circumstance that isn't going as fast as you want it to. Some of the words that go with this card are determination, balance, negotiation, and of course, determination. This card is also talking about sometimes paperwork, anything that has to do with documents, admissions, acceptance, jobs, the processes of life just have they take time. They have to go through at their own pace. And so this is a good time to try to cultivate patience with the process, basically. I just asked Spirit to further elaborate, and this is the card that came out. So taking a look at this card, what does it look like to you? What do you think it means? 44 is a representation here of justice and balance, regulations, and official proceedings. 333 could be significant. This is talking about settling kind of the scores here. This card can also talk about official proceedings, okay, like separations, child custody, maybe divorce or something like that. This can also talk about a job that requires you to learn about the law, regulations. The card does talk about also issues at work. So with the snail, if there's something that's trying to get resolved, I do feel like a fair approach or the right approach, a just approach will be made in your favor. As far as health goes, it says good health, but remain cautious. This card can also represent someone with a personality that could be rigid, goes by the book, very procedural. Someone could not be open to discussion very much, or someone wants to close the communication between one person and another. With this card, it's funny because it's saying be aware of smooth talkers and manipulation.